letters of intent. I request that we take our seats, please. And this will be signed, and I'll request that His Excellency, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Musalia Mudavadi, to kindly Netherlands. The MOUs. The purpose of this MOU is to set up a framework for the dialogue on cooperation on treatment aid of the Netherlands. Pending the signatures, we'll then have a photo opportunity. We'll request that you may Thank you. You may take your seats. And the next is terms culture working group. And I'll request the following to step forward. The CS Agriculture, Honorable Mutahi Kagwe, Agriculture International. To kindly take your seats for the signature. MOU is to renew the framework for cooperation and partnership between the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security. The next MOU is between Kenya and the Netherlands to enhance tourism, together with His Excellency Glyneth Claver, Minister for Foreign Trade and Development, to kindly take their positions for the signing of. The next is a letter of intent signs off proposed 1.5 million euros for the phase of the Naivasha SEZ water supply and sanitation project by the Dutch consortium of Wisconsin DHV. For Naivasha, so we have a second, which will be signed by the same gentleman to sign a different letter of intent. If we may kindly take your seats. Yes. You may proceed to present the documents for signature. This letter of intent signs off a proposed 1.5 million euros for the development of the phase of the Sabaki bulk water supply project in the coastal counties by the Dutch consortium of Climate Fund Managers and Utility Partners Limited. We will now proceed to have the joint press communique. We'll also have Her Excellency, the First Lady, and Her Majesty the Queen also join in this joint press communique after the bilateral talks and the signing of MOUs and letters of intent.
Your Majesties, distinguished members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor and privilege to welcome their Majesties, King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima of Netherlands. Visit, the first ever, and thank them most heartily for accepting my invitation. Kenya deeply values its strong and enduring partnership with the Netherlands, one of our most significant, a steadfast development ally, and a key collaborator in our economic transformation. The Netherlands' global leadership in sustainable agriculture, water management, and renewable energies align seamlessly with Kenya's Vision 2030. This visit provides an invaluable opportunity to strengthen existing collaborations, explore new frontiers, and accelerate mutual investment for shared prosperity. Our nations share a strategic partnership dating back to 1964. Over the decades, this relationship has evolved, driven by mutual respect, more sustainable and prosperous future. We held discussions to deepen cooperation in agriculture, trade, tourism, climate action, and regional security. We have agreed to enhance people-to-people connections, focusing on education, tourism, and women's empowerment, while aligning our collaboration with global sustainable development goals and Kenya's national priorities. As part of our commitment to deepening this cooperation, we have today signed 3 critical memoranda of understanding and a letter of intent that will translate our discussions into tangible action. We have signed an MOU that establishes a framework for dialogue on trade, investment between Kenya and the Netherlands, creating a joint and foster bilateral trade and investment. This will ensure unlocking new opportunities in key sectors and leveraging on the partnership and the friendship that already exist between the business community. We have also signed an MOU renewing our framework for agricultural productivity and sustainability. This agreement that will enhance food security, technological exchange, and market access. We're building on the already existing framework that was signed last year between Kenya and the EU, and that was ratified both by the EU. I have explained to their Majesties that it is our intent in Kenya to bring on board the rest of the East African communities as aiming to increase the number of Dutch tourists visiting, investments in our tourism industry, an area with immense potential for job creation and economic growth. His Majesty mentioned to me that maybe it is time also for, and just to explain to you, Your Majesty, our tourist numbers, and as I have said in my statement, there is opportunity for investments in our tourism infrastructure. I hope that there will be conversations between the tourism sector in Kenya, around our country. Additionally, we have signed an MOU to strengthen collaboration in other areas. And further to these agreements, we have signed a letter of intent that marks a significant step in addressing critical water infrastructure needs in Kenya. This includes an investment of the Naivasha Special Economic Zone Water Supply and Sanitation Project. I did expand the space and land available for Naivasha Special Economic Zone from 1,000 acres to 3. It gives greater space and opportunity for the development of that special economic zone, and we are grateful that you're partnering with us on the water and sanitation project for that, as well as another investment in the Sabaki bulk water supply in the coastal county of partners. These projects will enhance access to clean and reliable water, a fundamental pillar for sustainable economic progress. Our discussions also focused on deepening cooperation in climate action, regional security, and people-to-people connections, particularly in education, tourism, and women's empowerment, ensuring that our collaboration aligns with global sustainable development goals and Kenya's national priorities. Their Majesties and I also debriefed on the peace and security challenges around the world and urged for strengthening of collective action and pacific settlement of disputes based on respect of the human. At the time of fraying partnerships, I urge their Majesties to maintain Netherlands' commitment to the principles of global solidarity and subsidiarity. In particular, I implore their Majesties to extend support to the 8th replenishment of the UN Global Fund as it seeks to mobilize resources to battle difficult global health challenges. To further consolidate our partnership, we have directed our ministers of foreign affairs to convene bilateral political consultations tomorrow to define their clear pathways for cooperation in regional peace and security, climate change, multilateral engagement, and strategic development partnerships. These discussions will provide a structured framework for tackling global challenges together and strengthening our diplomatic ties. Beyond policy discussions, I am pleased that Your Majesties will have the opportunity to witness Kenya's socio-economic progress and cultural diversity. A key highlight will be the visit to the Naivasha Inland Container Depot, where we will launch a direct cold chain corridor from Kenya to Rotterdam, a transformative initiative that will revolutionize the transport of perishable goods, reduce transit time, preserve product quality, and create jobs. I also appreciate Your Majesty's participation in a tree planting event that will take place at the Dogodo Forest, a powerful symbol of our shared commitment to environmental sustainability and Kenya's ambitious goal of planting and growing 15 billion trees by 2032. Additionally, your engagements with the youth and the Supreme Court and the business community will further solidify our mutual understanding. Financial investment entity into the Kenyan market, which will provide much needed capital to Kenya's. I am confident that these engagements will provide Your Majesties with valuable insights into Kenya's progress and opportunities for further collaborative ties. This engagement will deepen diplomatic relations, expand economic opportunities, and foster sustainable relationships. Once again, I extend my very warm welcome to their Majesties.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, As we begin our three-day state visit to a relationship that has developed between our countries across a broad range of areas, we work together successfully in many different fields. As trading partners, as partners for security and stability, as investors, illustrated by the operational sphere of our embassy in Nairobi, whose activities extend across the entire region. Our diplomatic ties go back more than 60 years, and Kenya's extraordinary development over those decades has been highly impressive. Kenya is a self-assured nation that is proud of its economic performance, its democracy and institutions, and its constructive and impactful international role. We attach great value to our cooperation with Kenya, but also our businesses, our NGOs, and the many initiatives. We believe in the future of Kenya, a future that will be determined by a population whose average age is 20. Your country is fortunate that it can rely on the ideas and energies as free citizens to be respected and their voices to be heard. I'm pleased that our country's strong and mature relationship allows us to devote attention during this visit to issues like human rights, good governance, and accountability. We're grateful to have the opportunity to discuss the concerns that exist in these areas. Ambassador's residence, we will be meeting young Kenyans to hear their views on recent developments. For the country they love, a future in which everyone can participate on an equal fundamental role to play in this respect, and is also essential for Kenya's economic development. Our visit, our partnership and the dialogue between us. We're to meet Kenyans from many different backgrounds, foster even closer ties between our two countries. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention.
That brings us to the end of this joint press communique. Thank you, Your Excellencies and Your Majesty.